going on?
Not much. What's on? You guys, I got to tell you, yeah, I can hear you. Tonight it's gonna be cool because I got two of my favorite guys with me tonight to get to
What do you
chat.
mean? Last minute notice, I've decided to cancel.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. No,
No,
sir.
it's going to be a fun show tonight. I'm
Yes.
really looking forward to it. I was supposed to have on Frank Fletcher from Frank Fletcher Music tonight. Schedule logistics, we just couldn't get it worked out due to pre-recording issues, basically.
Yeah.
But don't worry, guys, that episode is still coming. And my daughter will be helping as a special guest co-host for that because she has her own podcast where she interviews musicians. So it's going to be a perfect fit for that particular style of show.
That's cool. That's very cool.
But of course, Gwen, you can still stay up there with us and chat or whatever. But it's gonna be a fun show tonight. It's gonna be really chill. It's gonna be really relaxed. It's not gonna be your typical Paranormal Unveiled podcast. What's going on, everybody? I see y'all down there, Morgan. Sean, I think it was Sean, right?
Sean.
Yeah.
And Jeremy.
Every time his name pops up, I see the ex-Wolf Pack, and I'm like, I'm sure that's Sean, but I can't remember. Change your stuff to Sean, man. But I see you down there, Jeremy. But yeah, so it's going to be a fun show. It's another Wicked Wednesday. And tonight, our other Wicked Wednesday host, or one of the other Wicked Wednesday hosts, is pulling a double header because he's going to be coming in here and chat with us tonight. I believe this is the second time I've had him on the show. So it's going to be, he's actually my first repeat guest, I think.
Oh, wow, he is.
I'm actually pretty sure he is. I know I've had like some panels with like I know the Fetters have been on here twice, but those were more like special edition panels.
Yes.
So this is actually going to be the first time I've had a repeat guest. So
cool.
Not bad out of like 70 episodes.
I know.
But so looking forward to this. It's going to be a great conversation, and y'all just wait till you see his outfit. I love this. I love this. I was going to wear my rake suit, but I could not find it. It's around here somewhere, but I misplaced it. Unfortunately,
the ferret folk took it.
I should have thrown on my green screen suit. Then you wouldn't have been able to see me. If you think I'm joking, I do actually have a green screen suit.
No, I know you do.
Yeah, what's going on, George? Yeah, I'm gonna be using it to show people how you can use chroma key in video editing to make objects levitate with a green screen background. So that's going to be a whole new project on its own. It's going to be fun. But without further ado, because I don't want to leave him back there too long in the background because he's going to fucking fall asleep on us. Please welcome to the Paranormal Unveiled, my good buddy from Twisted Tales, Jeremy Cotter.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Paranormal Unveiled with two of my other favorite people in this wonderful, wacky world of podcasting. You know, it's a wonderful time. I got my bunny ears to celebrate the upcoming holiday of Easter, and happy April Fool's Day to all those who played jokes on each other today. It's definitely one of those days for damn sure. You know,
I will. This is probably the first April Fool's besides my little. I've decided to cancel the show thing, which we all know that wasn't going to happen. Right. But I think it's the first year I've not pulled an April Fool's prank.
You know, I think I've hit the age where I don't do it anymore, but I still think they're funny when people actually do them to each other. I think I was watching videos on TikTok all freaking day about people doing all sorts of horrible shit to each other just because I think it's funny. I'm sorry. As long as it's not happening to me, guys take shots to the nuts all the time. It makes me laugh my ass off. But,
Yes. Or when someone falls off a skateboard or scorpions.
The rabbit wouldn't give me his candy, so I took his freaking ears. All right. Enough of that. On with the show.
Yeah, so in the pre-show, what y'all missed, by the way, was I was trying to put on this ridiculous alien mask, and y'all missed me trying to center this thing over my face. It was not working.
I was like, left this way, no, the other way, and then spin it. And he had one eye here, one.
The first alien cyclops I've ever seen. It was freaking hysterical.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would have started the show with it and tried to throw it on real quick, but literally, you cannot see through this damn thing.
Ooh, at all?
No, you cannot.
Ooh,
No, like literally almost at all. Like I had to lean this like this to even see the outline of where the eyes were on the screen.
Yeah, because they were like, and I was like, crap. Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate being the very first two-time guest on your show. But the last time I was here, I was merely a spectator. I did not have the show behind me in motion yet because we had talked last year. And, just celebrated my 10th episode last week with the wonderful Ellen McNeil, and this week the wonderful Raven Wolf coming on, and I'm looking forward to talking to her. We're going to cover multiple topics, including we're both Funko Pop collectors, and we're going to be showcasing some of our favorite pieces. Both her and I pulled a couple of doozies out of my own personal collection to show the people tonight. So things that are near and dear to my heart. I'm a wacky person, man. I collect weird shit. It's just part of the thing,
And there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, Gwen.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you guys don't understand that he wore the ears, but his shirt also, and I wish you could see it better. Yeah, does it have Easter eggs? Is that what that is exactly?
No, that's Hannibal Lecter. That's Jack from The Shining, and that's
your
Psycho.
outer shirt. Your outer shirt.
No, that's actually Jason Voorhees and Machetes, because Nate and I were having a conversation yesterday, and the bizarre twist is I think something had to do with Good Friday. Was Friday the 13th. I figured I'd throw a shirt as kind of a joke Easter egg for Easter and whatnot. So I figured it was kind of a funny idea,
That is cool. Well, for you guys that have been under a rock and don't know, this is, well, I'm trying to pop it up. This is Jeremy's show, 9:30 on Wednesdays. And if you guys will really quickly maybe explain Wicked Wednesday, because maybe you guys don't know anything. That'd be great.
To kick it off. So basically, Wicked Wednesdays was something that I was kicking around in my brain for a little bit, because originally, my show came on right after Nate said 8 o'clock when I was at 9:30, and I was sitting there one night, and I'm sitting in my chair in the living room watching The Masked Singer, which is my wife and I, one of our favorite shows to watch as a family. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? I'm going to talk to Nate about cross promoting each other's shows. That way we can get more viewers on both sides of it, and it gets more eyes. And then when we were talking, we both came up with the idea of calling it Wicked Wednesdays, and then he did an amazing job of putting the graphic together with the video. Mm-hmm. And then he reached out to the amazing Danny Perez, who gave us the snippet of music that is on it. So you know something? This whole thing is an original concept by both he and I. My brain came up with an idea. He ran with it, and you know what? I got to tell you, from last year to this year, Nate and I become really, really close friends. We talk all the time. I appreciate him. He's one of my closest brothers, and I really do appreciate the fact, and getting on board with the Wicked Wednesdays is just something.
And there's your other.
And there's the third cohort.
Yep, the amazing.
Well, there are 4 of us guys. I do get included in it because I'm here.
You're parts of the show, though.
I know.
So you're included in the show.
Listen, you are the brains behind the entire operation. You get to have your own pedestal. We're taking ours right now for us. I'm just kidding, I'm just joking.
I love you, brother.
It's a lighthearted episode. I figured, what the hell? I might as well just speak freely.
I saw the question about Sundays, by the way. What do I get on Sundays then? You know what? Let me mull something around in my head. I'll be able to come up with something for you.
He will. And I have a little something that maybe, I know I co-host and I'm this and I'm that, but I did have a show with Sean at one time, and I'll be real with you. I think that, he's on Gwen's team. Thanks, Sean. I'm kicking around the idea of having my own show and getting people from the other shows to come and be my co-host and rotating. And I just kind of
good. I want to be on an episode. I want to be a co-host too. I you know what? I got to be honest with you guys. I never thought I was ever going to get involved in any of this personally. Like the last time I was on your show, and I was just a guest, and I was enjoying life on that end of the coin. But I have become yes, we are honored to have you on there as well, Christina. But you know what? Becoming a host and the 2 people who are on the screen with me right now are the main influences of why I even bothered getting on the friggin' screen to begin with, to be perfectly honest.
I did to Jeremy what you, Morgan, and Shane did to me for like 6 months.
And I did that to Jeremy, and we didn't even know that we were both doing it. So, because I told you were, matter of fact, you were on Family Spirit before we switched it, like 2 years ago. And I said, Jeremy, you'd be a great, and no. But he walks up to me at Salem, and he's very.
I walked up to you because I wanted to be a co-host for somebody because I wanted to be more involved. And then, hey, hello, Joe. Yeah. And the next thing you know, she's like, you should be a host. I'm like, I don't know about that. And then, like, you and I were talking. You're like, okay, when are you going to start? Like, kept pushing. Like, when are you start? And then I was talking to Nate. And I'm like, man, I feel like I'm going to run away. I don't know if I can handle this shit. Like, and Nate was like, you know what? I got a show earlier, but I'll be your first guest just to get things going. And he was the very first guest on Twisted Tales, which was amazing in and amongst itself. I've always appreciated that, you know. But ever since then, like I talk to you guys almost every single day back and forth with messages and whatnot and so forth, you know. And you know, I really enjoy the product that we got. The Wicked Wednesday thing is the Wicked Wednesday thing is taking off like crazy. I have people ask me all the time. You know something? If it wasn't for what was in my mind and was in his mind, and we put it together, and now we have the wonderful Christina Bloom, who has joined us. Today was her first day as part of the Wicked Wednesday family. I said Wicked Wednesday family. I created my own subgenre.
Yeah, you did, the family.
Love it. What it is. You know something? We have 2 amazing shows back to back on a great night of the week. And what better way to showcase it than to promote each other? All 3 of us are going to promote each other now. And you know something? It works. It does.
It does. And a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Christina, now you got to realize Christina does her stuff a little bit different. She's more metaphysical, and so honestly, it gives it that little. You know, it's in the daytime. It's a little different audience, but you know what? They watch that. They're going to see Wicked Wednesday, and they're going to be like, maybe I need to tune in.
And because her show is the Paramystic, it joins in the Paramystic, Paranormal Unveiled, Twisted Tales. It's all part of one interesting idea, you know. And like I said, it was a brainchild of us, and now with Christina backing it up, so now we get coverage from early in the morning all the way through to nighttime as far as eyes on Wicked Wednesdays. Everything's going to get shared out. You know, I appreciate everybody on the network, no matter what day you're on. It's all great days. They're all great programs. Trust me, I'm not disparaging from anybody. I'm just here to talk up. This is our time to talk up our product, and I think that it's a great idea. And I
do want to add something real quick because Danny is freaking awesome, and Danny and Lauren, I never forget her. Let me make sure this is right, but they are actually starting their show this month. It's the only show that I will do on Fridays because everybody knows when I travel on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays, and that's our Paracon type days. But for Danny and Lauren, I'm going to do Fridays. It's not going to be every week.
And for Danny and Lauren, I will tune in every Friday as long as I have a phone in my hand and I can turn on that button. I will tune in and support them. I love Danny and Lauren to death. You know what? They are amazing. And it's going to be
the 24th. You guys mark it in your calendar. 24th of April. And also, I'm just going to throw it out there for tomorrow night. Thomas Patrick, 8 o'clock. His profile is finally here. It's going to be
nice.
Another great show to add to another amazing lineup of people. Freaky Fridays. You know what? Jamie Lee Curtis might sue your ass for that one, buddy. You might not be able to do that one.
Oh, true. Woohoo, radicals.
So to add to what Jeremy was saying earlier, I don't think people realize how closely me and Jeremy actually work together. I think that for me, it's the closest I work besides obviously you, Gwen, because you produce the shows. But a lot of people don't know that I talk to Jeremy for at least 15 minutes to a half an hour before my show every Wednesday.
It's true.
And we sit there, we shoot the shit back and forth, and he's like, "Are you ready for the show?" I'm like, "Yep, I got this guest coming on." "Oh, that's cool. I got this guest coming on." And I'm like, "Well, if you have this guest coming on, sometimes we shoot questions back and forth that one of us may have forgotten to write down."
I love it.
Exactly. You know what? And then, like, maybe a day or two later, if he has time, he'll call me. If I have time, I call him, and we'll talk for an hour here or there. Yesterday was almost 2 hours combined between the two phone calls that we had, just to shoot the shit about everything, whether it was wrestling or this, that, and the other thing, pop culture, video games. We were doing retro video games last night, which was
we literally did. We got into a huge wrestling discussion a few weeks back because a lot of people don't, or no, like last week. Because a lot of people don't know, I am a closet wrestling fan. I like wrestling. It's just I don't like it enough to really watch it. I watch like the replays on TikTok. Like I watch all the highlights.
Right.
And yesterday we got on retro video games, and it just kind of that's where our conversations go. But you never know where the hell they're going to end up.
Well, I have to say this for Jeremy, and I got to say it for Nate and Christina. And you know what? I got told the other day you can't. How did they put it? They said something about I can't cherry pick my podcasters, and I said yes, I have. That's how the network has grown. Now with the help of Lee and Matt, of course, but everybody knows I produce the shows. they're my backup. They're the brains, or the brains and the beauty, and I'm the producer. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I do cherry pick because anybody on here, we're family, and if
you want to get technical, as far as when it comes to my show, I was kind of cherry picked by Shane.
Mm-hmm.
After his show, he was like, "You've got to have your own."
But funny enough, I didn't know he had said that to you, and I said it the same day. I did, and it was funny. But I got to tell you this: Jeremy messages me every day, and I message with him back. And when I don't message him back, like if I'm super busy or I'm feeling like poo, he will check on me, and I appreciate that. And so does Raven. Yep, hey Raven. And so does Christina. And
Raven.
You know what?
I'll see you in about an hour or so.
Yeah, definitely. So you know what? When we jokingly say we're family, we actually are. I mean, in a way, because
this whole organization is kind of a close-knit family. Yes, we have our little tiffs, we have our little discussions from time to time where things might go a little bit off the walls. But you know what? It's like having Thanksgiving dinner with the estranged family that no one really likes, but you have to get along with them. But we all like each other.
You know what I'm going to say this, Nate? I would rather have Thanksgiving dinner with everybody on this network than my own freaking family. I'm all set with them. That's a totally different story for a totally different time. Today we're celebrating the bizarreness of Easter and the creepy ass bullshit that goes along with it. And you know something?
And I have a picture.
I don't care when anybody says a 6 foot tall freaking Easter rabbit shooting eggs out of its ass so kids can pick them up with a basket. There's serious problems with the American people. I'm sorry.
Before we get to that, which reminds me, at some point this summer, I don't know if Gwen will be able to make it because it's a drive for her, Jeremy, but I know it's not that far for you. I'm going to be doing like a little para barbecue here. I'm going to fire up the smoker and I'm going to smoke some shit.
You tell me when, and if I'm not at something major, or hopefully maybe I'm at close, if you pick me up, somebody picks me up at the airport, I'll fly in.
Nice. But so I wanted to extend the invitation to you and your wife, Jeremy, for you guys to come up, obviously bring the kids. I'm going to fire up the smoker. I'll do brisket. I'll do ribs.
We'll have a great time, I figured, this episode being as funny as this, I'm just going to crack jokes the whole time. So you're just going to have to get used to the fact that I'm going to be a little bit more zany than normal. So
now touching back on what you were just saying, here's my question. Have y'all ever seen some of those terrifying fucking Easter Bunny photos from like
the old 50s and the 60s and the 40s and holy shit?
Yes.
The stuff of nightmares. I swear to God, some serial killer pulled that out of a fucking bin somewhere.
Literally.
It's like the Salvation Army Easter Bunny. I saw an Easter Bunny.
Salvation Army Easter Bunny.
I saw an Easter rabbit costume from the 1940s. The rabbit's head was a fucking cardboard box with a nose stuck with ears.
Look.
And it looked like somebody had ripped the fur off of the lion from the Wizard of Oz and had that on as the outfit. It was the most disgustingly horrible thing. You know what? I'm sorry, but people rip on people rip on Santa Claus all the time for being a friggin' nightmarish character. No, Santa has nothing on the Easter rabbit. I'm sorry. The Easter rabbit is right up there with Santa Claus, no doubt in my mind. All jokes aside, I know Easter is a great thing for the kids, but I'm sorry, on this podcast tonight, and my language will probably be colorful. I know Nate has no fun.
We got the warning.
Yep. So whatever gets said, trust me, it's just who I am, man. I can't help it.
We are going to have a good time tonight. It's going to be fun. I'm not worried about it. You say whatever. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt that says "These nuts," okay? And,
yes, you
and
are.
I almost always wear paranormal shirts. I specifically wore this because I knew it was April Fool's and it was going to be a fun episode.
Yeah.
You got the ghost hat on, man. You're good. You're covered. There's all ghost hat.
Now, I'm wearing the Wednesday
That's because
shirt.
if I take it off, I'm going to blind y'all.
Dude, I didn't shave my head for a reason because usually if I do, I just, I didn't feel like it. Plus, I wouldn't be able to keep the fucking ears on my head. Well, they're not on my head anymore. They're on the floor now anyway. So that.
Yeah, it's insane to me that kids these days, like younger kids, like 4 or 5, they're afraid to sit on Santa's lap. But you got 4 and 5-year-olds back in the 50s and 60s sitting on the Easter, whatever that Easter things was, lap.
But have you ever seen some of the pictures where the parents bring the kids up to the Easter Bunny and the kids are freaked the fuck out because the Easter rabbit is so terrifying? I mean, there was one picture I saw that it looked like somebody made an Easter Bunny mask, but it had the jagged teeth in the front and with the bunny nose. I don't think they knew how to make like just a regular smile, but the mouth had like jagged like jack-o'-lantern style teeth. And I'm telling you, the kid was getting dragged up to it. Was like, hell no, get me the hell out of here.
Next year, you just gave me an idea from saying this, Jeremy, just talking about the old school photos and stuff. I think I'm going to try and find me an old school 50s Easter bunny mask for next year's Easter episode.
Yes.
We're doing an Easter episode next year. I'll be on it. I'm going to go and get the goddamn Donnie Darko fucking bunny mask. And I'll wear that on the The Wednesday shirt is your wrestler, Gwen.
Okay. If you guys don't know, Mondays I usually wear my Ghostbusters shirt that looks like a vintage one, which I'm looking for one. If anybody knows Ghostbusters, or but I wear my Wednesday shirt, which I ripped in the back, so I can't wear it anymore.
That's cool.
It's Wednesday Addams. It's the new one. I love it, and I call them my lucky shirts. And Sean has a video game that he built, or not built, but I don't know. I don't play video games, but anyway, he made a character for me. And she has a Wednesday shirt on. So, yeah, that's me. And he got me a little, he was at something and he got me a little, what is it, Sean? What's the things called that you got me the little character? I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
I can
tell.
But hey, I think it's cool because I was like, oh man, I wonder if they make them. My piece. Hey, Matt,
what's going on, buddy? I'll be on tonight too. So yeah, man, thanks for copping in. Matt is one of my favorite guys. He's actually going to be on with his lovely wife, Elizabeth, in a couple of weeks. They're the ones who have the Humbird Hotel and the Haunted Hotel out in Wisconsin. And you know what? They have been avid supporters of my show. I sent you the picture of the banner that they made, that they've been pushing the product out like crazy. I'm so happy to have those guys on. They're their own paranormal duo team, Team H Adventures as well. And, I can't wait to have them on. I have all their information for you, Gwen, but I won't send that to you yet because I actually have Joe Ranone coming on next week. I think you know Joe, Nate, right?
I do not.
He's actually been an investigator for a long, long time. He's done everything across the board. Gettysburg, USS Salem, the Emory House, the Oliver House. Joe's been doing paranormal for a long, long time. And I've investigated with him before, and I'll tell you, that guy gets some of the most clear EVPs I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, put the word in. I'm pretty much booked solid till October, but I do have a few open dates in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, dude? I will definitely tell Joe to contact you because he's a hell of a guy. There are very few paranormal guys like tech-wise or anything that I stand behind because I'm not really a tech guy, so I pick and choose on those. Mm-hmm. Joe, I would investigate with him anywhere, anytime. He is that fucking talented. I have no problem. On a serious note, Joe is a great guy, and I know he doesn't do a lot of podcasts. I asked him to jump on, and he was more than willing to jump on the show. I got to tell you really quick before we get back into these things. I have been so happy the fact that I've not really had very many people not want to come on the show. Everybody's been very supportive of me, and I appreciate that. I do have a few openings in July that I'm working on because I'm doing like this whole showcase of the network, but with guests that I haven't had yet, and I want to put them in and all of that kind of stuff. Nate, I was wondering on one of the episodes if you'd like to be a co-host with me and just to showcase a couple of the people in the network. I plan on bringing Gwen in for a couple of episodes too as a co-host, and I'd love to have both of you guys involved with the process because it's all about the family, and you two are my closest part of the family in the network, and I'd love to have you guys on.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always back there. Always. But, and I will say this, and don't give it away, Jeremy, we have a special coming up that we haven't advertised yet that remember I messaged somebody and we got it hooked up. It's coming.
Yep, and that's going to be the week after. That's the 15th. That's the week after Joe.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's the week after Joe. So not next week, but the week after, the 15th. That's the opening that we got because I had to switch things around because you grabbed somebody special, and we have one repeat person on that night, but they're going to be with somebody else who, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Everybody here works really hard. You know what? The nucleus, which is Gwen. Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry, but without her, none of us are on the screen to begin with. So that's why I appreciate everything that you do, Gwen. I always tell you that I appreciate you every single day.
Every day.
Everything that you do, whether it's putting together my entrance video or helping me find a guest last minute if I need to find one, and all of that kind of stuff. I really appreciate everything that you do. Just like I always appreciate. Just like I appreciate Nate for everything we've been doing, and we got a lot of things going on now. He's graciously got me invited to Nashville, which I didn't even expect to do. He's like, you know what, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to get you on because I want you to be up there talking with me. Dude, I got to tell you, even on the air in front of everybody, I appreciate that to the moon, brother. I really, really do. Thank you for sticking your neck out there for me. I really do appreciate that because I know I've only been doing this for a short amount of time. And, I
feel like after our discussions, and when we were up on that panel at Maine, right, I just felt it's going to work.
Oh, it is.
This year? Is that when it's happening?
Huh?
Are y'all going to be up there together this year? Coming?
Yes.
I'm trying to come.
No, I don't know about the. We don't know what's going on for the main Paracon. We're talking about Nashua. Nashua is the one that he's doing. He's bringing me on.
It's not been officially announced yet, but
okay.
It's I'm pretty sure it's solidified. So,
I mean, I'm going to be there, and he talked to her, and we're just waiting for it to be official. But I appreciate you putting your neck out there for me, man. I know that I'm not as established in this market as you are, but I'm working my ass off trying to get to that point, and I think everything's been going well.
There was a point in time when I wasn't established, and Thomas Gormley stuck his neck out for me.
Well, that's how it happens.
So,
I am very thankful that the Twisted Tales podcast has been actually doing well, and it's been gaining steam very much because I think it's because I work so hard at pushing it. The day like tomorrow, I'll already be putting up together Joe's promo video tomorrow, and then I'll be hounding Gwen as of late tomorrow night, Friday morning. Hey, when are you going to get that ad ready for me? Because I want to get that thing out there. I want to get it going. Just
so what I can't wait for the Nashua thing, and once again, it's not technically official yet. There is once again a very good plausibility that Morgan Caldwell will be speaking with us.
Well, I want to put her in there too, because
that is going to be a very interesting conversation with the three of us up there going back and forth.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
And I'm debating wearing this shirt.
I'm debating wearing the Beetlejuice suit. You never know what the hell I'm going to do on a day-to-day.
Hey guys, when is this?
This is August 1st of this year. So
I can tell you there are going to be some awesome people there. Some of the ones that have already been solidified and announced. Mr. Haunted, Jimmy Pettitino is going to be there.
Nice.
So I love Jimmy. Always a great, fun conversation.
The most underutilized person in the fucking paranormal.
150%.
Why that guy isn't on everybody's want list on a podcast is beyond me. If you don't have him, try to get him. I know he doesn't do a lot of them. He's a good friend of mine. He jumped on with me, and I said, hey, Christine, how you doing? He graciously jumped on mine. Like, he heard with Gwen when we were doing it. He doesn't do a lot of shows, but he jumped on mine because we've actually been tight for a long time, and he's a wonderful guy. Talk about a guy whose resume speaks for itself. I'm not going to get to it all right now because I would need a whole nother podcast just to talk about the fucking guy. Because
literally, that's a fact.
He really is. He is legit, but some people are not.
They got but they do have a really good lineup for the New Hampshire Spirit Speakers Paracon August 1st. It's going to be great. They're going to have a lot of good vendors. A lot of the vendors that are going to be there I met last year. They're great people. And I do believe that the USS Salem team is going to be there as well. The Greater Boston Paranormal Associates. I believe they're going to be there
John
as well.
Cristofaro and his group. Yeah.
And Ava, I think her name is maybe.
Yeah, Ava. Yep.
So it's going to be a fun time.
George, it is August the 1st. I'm actually going to be I'm actually going to be in New Orleans, but I would love for somebody to video that and us put it on the channel somewhere.
I'll be live streaming it, so I'll probably just screen record the live stream.
That would be awesome. Hey, Blaine. But
So going back to the whole topic, since it is Easter.
Oh, hell yeah.
What the hell do you think the Easter Bunny is? If you ask me,
a cryptid.
I think it's a form of cryptid.
I think the Easter Bunny is a cryptid.
I do too. I was saying that, and you guys were like, well, it might be. And I was like, I think
I know, Christine. I know you are. And we will see you there.
Yes.
But so I think it's a jackalope. Yeah. I think it's a jackalope.
A giant jackalope.
A giant jackalope.
All right, I'm going to show you. I downloaded a picture. Now, this is not a giant one, but I was trying to hurry. You guys got to realize I was starting the show and putting something on there. So this is I'm going to call it a miniature one. And I did download it. Where is it? Give me just a minute.
We don't have a minute here, woman. We want a time frame.
Always the gremlins. What in the world? Hold on. I'll find it in just a minute. Tooth Fairy too. Yeah, Tooth Fairy is some creepy crap.
You'll be spending it at the Shanley. George, super jealous. Never been.
Guys, I'm trying to find it.
Here's something funny. Somebody, sometimes on Facebook you see people post those stupid ass questions like, give me a movie that'll traumatize me for the rest of my life. You see that? What did I put down? Fried green tomatoes. Have you ever seen fried green tomatoes?
I haven't. I'm trying to think.
It's one of those like, or Beaches with Bette Midler, or God, what are some other freaking horrible, stupid movies that I couldn't stand? I mean,
What's eating Gilbert grape?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who's eating Gilbert's grape, but he can keep that to himself. I don't want to know that shit at all.
No, if you want a movie that will scar you for life, at least it did me. The Human Centipede.
Oh yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys. No. I'm gonna pop out and come back in because my stuff is acting weird. But go on with the show. I'm coming back so I can pull up my picture.
We planned on that.
All right.
Dude, how about we get into a couple of really weird, bizarre Easter facts while we're sitting here shooting this shit? Because I think I actually looked up a couple of these dumbass things, so fucking why not? Did you know that for over 200 years, in a place called, I think it's Workington, Cumbria, it must be over in the UK somewhere, they host a massive football game called the Upsies and Downsies that lasts for days on end and causes serious injuries and even death.
That almost sounds as bad as what is it? The cheese wheel thing that people do and they chase the cheese wheel down that steep ass hill.
But dude, they play this crazy ass football stuff. It must be European football or it could be rugby. I don't know. But they've been doing it for hundreds of years, and they literally play so long that it causes serious injuries and possible death. And they've been doing it since 1779. So
I've never heard of this.
Well, I looked, dude. When I looked up bizarre Easter facts, that's crazy. Do you know what mainstream franchise movie is the only mainstream franchise movie that's featured around Easter?
Featured around Easter. I can't say I do.
Critters 2.
Oh, that doesn't shock me. And I actually own that movie. I should have known that.
You know what's funny? I actually ordered one of those little critters online because I kept seeing them on fucking TikTok. So one day they were on sale for like $12.
Jesus.
Oh, did you also know, dude, that
I'm gonna die?
That the early Christians used to friggin' stain the eggs red. They were the first ones to actually stain eggs red because it was representing the blood.
Thank you, Blaine.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Greg.
I missed some comments because I had to pop out. Let's see. Serpent in the Rainbow. Serpent in the Rainbow scarred her. Okay.
That one's really crazy. I mean, if you have issues with like realistic style voodoo stuff, the Serpent in the Rainbow is freaking nuts.
Yeah.
I saw that. I have questions, but I'm not going to ask the questions. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nate, tell us what this is. This is a miniature one, I'm assuming.
This is a jackalope. It's basically a cryptid that is claimed to be a rabbit, obviously with almost like antlers of a deer. And they're very popular out in the West, and people claim to see them in the deserts. But let's be honest, if they're in the desert, they're probably hallucinating. So, yeah. But no, this is a jackalope. This is what I think the Easter Bunny is. It's a damn giant jackalope that's shitting out Easter eggs that are filled with chocolate.
How about a jackalope? How about a jackalope Sasquatch hybrid? That hides eggs, you know?
I like it. So I guess my question for that would be if it's a jackalope, Bigfoot high, we know what, we're not going to talk about the physical logistics of how this creature came to be.
Yeah,
that's not appropriate.
Listen, I sacrificed its antlers for height. You know, I mean that's what it is. I mean, it's kind of happens, you know.
That's fair.
We don't know. We're just guessing and being silly. So you know what?
Let's be real about one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Gwen, you're on a show called Cryptid,
yes,
Nation, right?
Yes.
For every cryptid that is known, I guarantee you there are that many that aren't even found yet. There are variations that aren't even known about, honestly, yet. Because there are so many that are entrenched in so many different religions, and one looks different than another, and one has different characteristics, or one speaks and one doesn't, or one comes out of the shadows and will jump on you, and one all these kind of things. It's like
I'll be back.
Yeah, the cryptid thing is just so vast and so big, it doesn't, and then it's kind of funny. I don't know. I mean, I've been doing a little study on cryptids. I'm not like superly on it yet right now.
Right.
I feel it's something that everybody's been jumping on recently. That's why I go in different directions. Twisted Tales can go in any direction it wants to go. It doesn't have to stay paranormal. It doesn't stay horror. Even like I told you, Raven and I are going to be doing a section on Funko Pop collecting tonight as part of our show, because why not?
I don't own a one, and that's it. So I want to see what you guys are coming up with, because you know what? I know a lot of people. I have friends that love the things, have like a whole wall of them.
I have about 100 of them. Yeah, I have about 100 of them, but that's not even my biggest collection. My biggest collection is my Pez dispenser collection, which is probably
that is cool.
I have about 500 of the fucking things, to be honest with you.
Now that I know that, you're going to be getting some in the mail, because I see some really odd ones when I go to like the thrift stores and stuff.
If you find them, please, by all means, I love them. I'll give you a real quick thing. I know we're talking about everything and anything, but
are you good?
With the Pez dispensers? When I used to go to my grandmother's house back in the day, whether it was a holiday or we used to go every Sunday for dinner, she had very few toys in behind her chair that we were allowed to use. Everything else in that place was like hands off, or you're gonna get your fucking hands cut off or whatever. But in this bucket, there were some like small toys, like an Etch-a-Sketch or whatnot. But she had a handful of different Pez dispensers of different characters, and we used to play with them because it was like one of the only things that we were allowed. Oh God, Labubu, Christy, I don't know about those goddamn things. I think Labubu stole their look from the fucking Munchichis from back in the 1980s.
I love the Munchichi. I have one.
Munchichi should be getting a royalty check from the Labubu. I'm sorry.
How did I not make that connection?
Dude, I make connections faster than any fucking human being you can possibly
think. You really do. But hey, when I go thrifting, I'm looking for y'all. If you let me know what you like, we go thrifting a lot because it's just kind of a stress release thing.
If you find some weird looking Pez dispensers, I love that shit. The Funko Pops are mainly into horror ones.
I can get one custom made for you with my face on.
You know what? If you do it, I'll put it behind me. I'll hang it on the fucking wall behind me.
Hey Jeremy, you're glitching a little bit. I don't know if you're far from.
No, you see, my computer is on a table, like a card table, and every time that I move my damn legs, it makes it look like I'm going through a fucking earthquake. I'm trying not to move my legs at all, but long legs, like one on one side and one on the other. I'm trying not to move too much, but if the screen moves, it's because I'm shaking it with my legs.
Well, it's glitching. It's almost like it's about to freeze up, but I hear you, and then it'll come back to. So you may want to check it in between shows real quick, like restart it or something. Just saying.
It's Gremlins.
I always have Gremlins, always.
Hey, there's another thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Touching back on what Jeremy was saying earlier about all the different kinds of cryptids and stuff, right?
Yes.
When I was going through stuff the other day, I found this. So this was the first book I ever started writing way back in September of 2000, and I want to say 12.
You need to read it out because I can even on the big screen not see it.
So it says SEGRA, which is Southeastern Ghost Research Association's Comprehensive Glossary of the Paranormal. So right now I have the whole notebook completely filled. Every single page is written on, and this whole book is nothing but cryptids.
You need to, if you don't mind share it with me and Jeremy. I'd love to see them.
I have to type it up first. I've never typed it. I literally just found it a few weeks ago.
That's pretty cool.
That is,
But literally, there's, I think, 45 pages here of nothing but cryptids from around the world.
That's interesting, Nate. We need a copy of that. We really do. I'll
finish writing it eventually.
Yeah.
So you guys, let me tell you a little story.
We ain't got time for stories. We talk about Easter. You take your story elsewhere.
I love
elementals.
I love elementals, and I know I have one that kind of sticks with me. Let's just say it like that. But you know, cryptids are very cool. The unknown is cool. UFOs are cool. I mean, I am into all the odd, but there are some things that are more odd, and I don't know how to put this, but have you seen the folks that, I don't know how to put this, I can't remember where they're from, but they
live in the backwoods of Louisiana.
Well, honestly, they live in the backwoods of somewhere, but I was thinking it was like South America or something, but they have this skin that's honestly like reptilian and stuff like that. Have y'all seen those? I saw something on it the other night, and I missed the title of it, and I don't know what it is.
I'd be curious to look it up.
There's a lot of tribes that are on these islands and other places that men are not allowed to go, because if you try to go on their island, they will fucking kill you and they will skin you.
Yeah. And they will cannibalize
you. Humans can also be considered cryptids as well. Yeah, I totally agree with that too. You know?
Yeah. But you know, we don't go down the rabbit hole, but yeah,
I most definitely am a cryptid. I am possibly a lizard man.
Hey, Candy, how are you?
Oh, hey, girl. That's my girl from Myrtle Beach, y'all.
Okay. So I most definitely am possibly a lizard man in disguise.
In disguise.
Hey, you know what?
Who I thought you were going to say, right? Who's your boy, Mothy?
Mothy's right here.
I know. I thought you were going to say that.
Oh, the Mothman?
Every episode.
And funny enough, I sent Nate a picture. I was visiting in Alabama last year, and I sent Nate a picture with one that looks just like his Mothy. Did you remember that? Yep.
I do, but yeah, my Mothy's here every episode.
Yes, he is.
He's my co-host.
Your co-host.
He's a silent partner, right? He's just
he's a staple. He's actually going to be traveling with me to events this year.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So he's going to be on my table, so everyone can come and see Mothy.
You should get him to sign a book for something for him. That would be cool.
Look, he's a moth, okay? He ain't got fingers. He can't sign nothing.
No, but they can sign it for him that they visited him.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay.
Come on now.
It's just like he be leaving crumblies in my bed. His mouth is so small that when he eats, he gets crumbs everywhere. And it gets blamed on me, but it's not me.
Just make sure you don't keep a flame anywhere near him. You know what I mean?
Last thing we need is a turned on Mothman at an event, right?
Like a moth to a flame, baby. Like a moth to a flame.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a lighter. I swear.
That's actually a really good idea. That's actually a really good idea. Believe it or not, when I get Ian back from the Radicals, I'd actually mold that idea around in my head of getting a composition notebook that people could sign saying, hey, I visited Ian.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's actually not a bad idea.
It's actually, no, it's a really good idea, you know?
Yeah, George is asking how is the clown. Ethan is visiting with his auntie and uncle.
It is very interesting, to say the least. I cannot divulge certain details at this current moment, but what I can tell you, and Sean, I will hurt you, but what I can tell you is that things have been interesting to the point where even Mr. Perez has questions about certain things, and that's not that often that happens.
No.
So we plan on taking all of our notes, putting them together. Maybe we'll write a book on it.
Yes.
We're not sure yet. But I could tell you that it has been, even here, hectic since he's been gone. My house has developed a mimic. I hear people calling me from the hallway when there's no one out there.
That's interesting that now he's interesting. Did you?
Yeah.
Before you got him, or were there any kind of weird stuff that happened in the house?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have two spirits here that I know of. There's an older gentleman and an older woman. The older woman loves to stand at the bottom of the staircase. The older gentleman will stand in the doorway from the foyer going into the kitchen to the living room. Mm-hmm. And he likes to get you when you're going downstairs to go to the bathroom. He'll just stand there in the dark. You come around the corner and he's just there. And you're like, ooh, you little fucker.
I gotta go. You just gotta move. Yep.
But no, I mean, yeah, there's been stuff here. I mean, the house was built in the 1830s.
Oh. See,
So,
okay.
Yeah, a matter of fact, there was a very famous serial killer up here in the Northeast called the Connecticut River Killer, who had two different aliases, the Kellyville Killer and the Sugar River Killer. So we have a small little alcove just outside of my bedroom door. If you go into that closet, take everything out, and you pull up the linoleum, every single newspaper article in there that lines the floor for insulation are articles about the Sugar River Killings.
Yeah, I remember we had that conversation when you were telling me about that, man. That's freaking insane.
I believe you have said me that. That's a little odd there, Nate.
Yeah.
What if you ever got something tested for DNA on those newspapers?
No, because I know the guy. I know the guy who owned the place when the killings were going on, and it definitely wasn't him. He didn't fit the profile whatsoever.
Did he ever have boarders or anything like that? You know how they used to do like rent out rooms and stuff?
Not to my knowledge.
That's interesting, though.
But yeah, all the original articles are there.
I was gonna say, if you have any interest of watching an Easter movie for Easter, I got a list of a couple of them that you might actually enjoy. Going back to the whole frigging concept of Easter. How about?
Yeah, I know we keep getting. Look, we're going off on pig trails, Jeremy. We knew what was going to happen.
That's what we do, man.
It's all good. I got a couple of really good ones for you, like Easter Bunny Massacre would be an interesting one.
I've actually seen that.
I have too.
Easter Day is another one.
Wait,
Bunny
Easter
Man,
Gay?
Bunny Man 1, 2, and 3. There's like 3 different ones for that one. Yeah, Beaster Man.
Did you say Easter Gay?
Or Day?
Beaster Day.
Beaster.
Day.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one who heard that.
You can take it however you want it, I guess. And so,
I was sitting here thinking, is Jeremy trying to force me to watch a XXX parody thing over here? Like, what the hell is going on?
Hey, listen to me. If you want to see the most fucking disturbing not Easter, but a movie with a bunny rabbit in it ever, Bunny the Killer Thing. Oh dear God!
Oh,
if you can find this piece of shit on the streaming services, watch Bunny the Killer Thing. I'm telling you, Nate, you will never look at a fucking bunny rabbit any different way ever again.
If it exists on a streaming platform, I can probably find it. I did find that movie. What's the name of it again?
It's called Bunny the Killer Thing.
Okay. I did watch a movie once called Robert about a killer tire.
Yes, I've seen that one, actually. It was kind of horrible.
It was worse than horrible.
Actually, I just watched Bambi the Reckoning. Holy crap, there's 80 minutes of my life I can't get back either. But
you know what? I know it's part of the Pooniverse, and I love the whole thing they're doing, but the CGI in that was just horrible.
Dude, here's a couple more for you. Peter Rottentail.
I've seen that one.
Bloody Easter.
I have seen that one.
I'm telling you, there are some really, really ridiculous ones out there. I want to find some of these and actually watch these because I love cheesy ass horror movies. I really
do. You do. Okay. Bunny the Killer Thing. You can actually get it on Apple TV for $3.99, or it says Roku, but I don't know. Maybe.
From what Jeremy's saying, I don't think I'm going to pay $3.99 for it through Apple.
No. Listen, trust me. It is ridiculous. The concept is that they hybrid a human and a rabbit, and it then goes on a killing spree. And in the process, it tries to have sex with everything that is actually trying to kill. And no lie, they give it the biggest manhood I've ever seen in my entire life, and it actually beats people to death with it. It's ridiculously horrible. I told you.
That puts a whole nother term to lay in the hammer.
Lord. This episode's going to get banned from something. I'm
telling you, it is the most ridiculous piece of shit. One day, I had actually found it. Yes, I found it.
So you guys are now getting an inside glimpse of how half of mine and Jeremy's phone calls go.
I'm sorry, but you know something? Yeah, I know.
I'm here for it.
I don't usually let the stand-up comedy version of myself out, so it's fucking.
Christine, is she created in a meth lab?
Probably, Christina. Probably. And you don't want to Google images of Bunny the Killer Thing. Trust me. Don't horrify yourself with that. You
don't do it. I just saw some. Don't do it.
Noted.
Bestiality, yes. In the opposite sense, yes.
I will look that up on the work computer tomorrow.
Sean, you're not helping nothing. You're not helping here. Lord.
So, Jim, what is your favorite? Because I know you're like me. You kind of like those cheesy, really bad horror movies.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a favorite, what would yours be? Mine, it's not really a horror movie in my opinion, but one movie that I absolutely loved, and then I went back and watched it a few years ago, and I'm like, why did I ever fucking like this movie? I loved the original Toxic Avenger.
Oh, the OG Toxic Avenger, yes. Have you seen the new one with Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger?
I thought it was decent.
Yes, it's actually pretty decent. I gotta be honest with you. When it comes to ridiculous, over-the-top, cheesy-ass movies, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is my all-time favorite cheesy horror movie. I have seen it. I have the entire collection of their Funko Pops. I'm working on trying to get a couple of shirts and everything like that. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I've actually seen the first one a couple of times, and I've actually watched the second one a few times. I'm very thankful that I actually have Winnie the Pooh coming on my podcast on the 10th of June on a pre-tape. But you know what? To have the man come on who is behind the character in the first movie, and the first one is a lot less polished than the first one, and then the second one is. Because in the second one, you actually get Owl, you get Tigger back, and all of those kind of things. I
thought they did a great job with Owl.
You know what? I like the story. The fact that Christopher Robin was a dickhead and he left them all to suffer, and they all reverted back to their roots and their feral roots, and they had to survive, so they ate Eeyore, and then they all just went crazy. Showgirls is a great horror movie, by the way. Yes, horror bull. Yes, I will definitely give you that.
That is very fair. That's very fair, George. So I can tell you though, when it comes to the whole Pooniverse setup, I am really intrigued after watching the previews for this new Pinocchio movie. Though,
with Robert Englund and Jiminy Cricket, absolutely. Yes. The fact that Robert Englund is going to be you savage. No, the fact that Robert Englund is going to be Jiminy Cricket is yes. Hansel and Gretel is actually a pretty decent one. I enjoyed that one. I will go down
that one actually. Yeah.
For me, if there's a really crazy looking monster character or just a bizarre ass storyline, I will dive down that rabbit hole, no problem whatsoever. And if there's more than one, then I have no problem with it. I'll watch the whole freaking series. Like back in the 80s, there was Ghoulies. Ghoulies was another one that to me was definitely a campy horror movie. Garbage Pail Kids. Have you ever seen Garbage Pail Kids?
I have.
That one's a ridiculous one too.
I hate that.
And we discussed earlier the Critters series, which a lot of people don't realize that Leonardo DiCaprio's first starring role was Critters 3.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Critters 2 is the only mainstream horror franchise that actually has it's actually Easter themed. Critters 2 is Easter themed.
Yes.
So Snow White has a horror movie now. Oh shit! I forgot about fucking Screamboat. Have you seen Screamboat yet?
I have. I've also seen the Popeye one.
I haven't seen. I want to see the Popeye one. I'm dying to see the Popeye one.
Oh man, it's the
real Popeye one. There are some spin-off Popeye ones that kind of suck.
I think you're gonna dig it, but at the same time, as much as you enjoy it, you're gonna be like, "Why am I watching this?"
I do that with all of them.
Watching, right?
Yeah, Screamboat is crazy. If you like Christmas horror movies, I love those. A Mean One, which is actually
I love that movie.
The evil Grinch.
That was so good.
The best part is my favorite horror character, which is Art the Clown, is also the guy who plays Screamboat Willie, and he also the one who plays the Grinch in The Mean One, David Howard Thornton.
Yes, and if you have not seen The Mean One, anyone out there watching this, if you have not seen The Mean One, check it out. It was very well done for a Grinch horror movie.
I loved it. I thought it was
I thought it was amazing.
Jim Carrey.
Oh my
God. I want to talk about the Jim Carrey version. That one's not scary. I love it, but I do love the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. I thought his facial expressions were perfect.
And we're not gonna jump into Christmas because there's definitely not enough time for that. But one of my favorite Christmas classics now is Violent Night. I love Violent. I watched Violent Night a couple of times.
I do. I like that.
That was a tremendous one.
Morgan turned me on to that movie, and I watched it for the first time around Christmas time.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It's great.
I enjoyed it much more than Black Christmas. Not the original Black Christmas, the reboot.
Oh, that one came out when like 2006, 2007, right around.
Yeah, they called it Black Xmas or something. It was not. That was not great.
Here's a crazy thing. I mean, I know that we're getting close, but I'll share this one for the Black Christmas deal. Black Christmas was actually the movie that Gene and I went on our first date together back in 2007 when we first started going. That was our first date. We went there on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day around that time frame. It was our very first date. We actually went to we sucked. That's what actually was. When we started being together, we've been together for 19 years. So I mean, thankfully, thank you, Black Christmas, for that. But other than that, the movie sucks.
Yes, that is true, Sean. That Rhea Ripley is going to be, which Rhea Ripley's a wrestler. For those of you who don't know, she will be in Terrifier 4.
Yep.
And it's also been confirmed that Terrifier 4 is the last one in the series.
Yes, it is. They're finally going to give us a backstory on Art the Clown. I was actually there in Worcester when Rhea got on stage and Art did the kill scene with her live on the stage in Worcester during the Silver Screen last year. My daughter and I were actually my daughter and I were actually at the Ice Nine Kills concert when that all went down.
Oh, Ice Nine is awesome. Ice Nine Kills is amazing. But anyways, Jeremy, I see we got about 2 minutes left, brother.
Yeah.
A little bit over 2 minutes, like 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Now we have 2 minutes. But Time Nazi, I know. Gwen,
I'm sitting here thinking, Lord, this is the main show that's next. It'll be okay. We got you.
I know it's okay. But I am a podcast with 3 specific questions that I ask everybody. But this is not your typical episode. So I'm gonna switch it up on you. I'm gonna switch it up on you. So Absolutely. Jeremy, everyone in the paranormal has a bucket list of locations that they want to go, but everyone in podcasting has a bucket list of people they want to interview. Who's your bucket list person that you want to interview?
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. John Zaffis is actually one of the people that's on my list that I really want to get on my show. I see him on everybody else's show. I really want him on my show because he's a haunted collector. I love talking about collections and all sorts of weird stuff, It's tough because I want whoever wants to be on the show, but if I could have like fantasy, like Robert Englund, of course, would be and you know what? For my daughter, we were talking about it the other night. She loves Donatello and the voice actor Rob Paulson, who plays Donatello, Dr. Moon. In the cartoons, she loves the TMNT, and I would love to have him as a guest. He's a voice actor that's done over 200 characters and all sorts of stuff. But those are the 3. John Zaffis definitely for my own personal thing. Robert Englund because I'm the biggest Freddy Krueger fan on the planet, and Rob Paulson for my daughter. So
you answered actually my second question without me even asking it. It's like me. It's like you read my mind.
Oh yeah.
Because the first question was podcasts, obviously your bucket list. Second question was going to be actor on your bucket list to have on your show. So you actually kind of answered it with 2 of them. You got a voice actor and you've got, Robert Englund. So third question, if you could own one piece of podcasting equipment that would make your show better that you don't own yet, what would it be and why do you want that piece of equipment?
Dear God, I'm not even sure. I'm not really, I don't know. I mean, I have the computer in front of me. I mean, and the voice and the sound and everything works really well on this thing. Yes. I would like to get my own computer at some point. I actually borrowed this from my good friends, Dave and Melissa, but if I could eventually get my own computer so I wouldn't have to rely on anybody for that too. And possibly a podcasting desk that I could have more room to do my things that I need to do as far as booking guests and whatnot. A little more organizational skills because God forbid, this is just a spare room that I'm in right now. Me and one of the cats, and that's about it. But as far as like, I don't know how to use like mics or speakers or anything like that. So I would definitely learn it someday. But you know what, I love the way things are at the moment. Eventually, when things can get better. The biggest thing is I know we got to get off, but the background behind me. That was the best investment that I ever made, was getting that Twisted Tail banner, because I could never do the digitized thing behind me because I don't like how it makes people look pixelated when they move to the left.
It does.
This is all natural. This guy here, the best investment that I've made so far. I got my masks up there. I got my pictures of my mom and dad over there on the wall because they were a tremendous influence to me, and I want them to be part of every show, so that's why they're here. You know, I have a lot of sentiment involved with everything that I do, you know.
I love it. I love it. But Jeremy, I thank you so much for coming on the show tonight for this kind of not normal Paranormal Unveiled episode. We're having fun. We're promoting Wicked Wednesdays, and we're just, you know, we had a good time tonight, guys. It wasn't your typical podcast. It wasn't your typical conversation, but that was the whole point of the show tonight.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. It was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you very much for having me on last minute. I know that it was a hell of a time, you know.
No, I enjoyed it. So, Jeremy, if you wouldn't mind hanging around in the background for a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and close out the show, and we'll see you in a second.
Sounds good, boss.
So, Gwen, what did you think?
You got to realize you guys are two of my favorites. I mean, I love everybody who podcasts with us, but I do. I talk with you if I need a little advice. I talk with Jeremy every day, and kind of, so you guys are, I don't know. It was awesome. I loved it.
For me, here's the one thing I love about having Jeremy on my show. I think that was the least amount I have ever talked in a podcast. Like he can just hold the conversation. Like that's what makes him so great as a podcaster.
Yes.
He can fill the dead space if there's dead space.
Yes.
He'll notice it within a few, maybe a millisecond, maybe 2 milliseconds, but he's like, wait a minute, no one's I gotta fill this air.
Yep.
And that's what I love about him, and that's why I feel like his show is so amazing, because he does a great job.
He does. I sit in the background and I just listen, because, you know, I haven't been like on the screen, but, you know, he knows I'm there if he needs something. He knows I'm there if something goes a little wacko or whatever. So, you know, just I get to listen. And
and I saw everybody commenting, great show. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. But don't forget, just because you tune into this one, don't tune out, because you got another show coming up at 9:30 p.m. EST. You got Twisted Tales with Jeremy Cotter, and he's bringing on Raven Wolf tonight. It's going to be a very fun conversation. Raven is a very good person, a very interesting person. So I've had my chances to have conversations with her, and I think it's going to be eye-opening.
It is. It is.
But everybody, that was another episode of the Paranormal Unveiled. Tonight, my guest. Tonight, my guest was Jeremy Cotter, and he's the host. Why do I keep fucking up? He is the host of Twisted Tales here on Wicked Wednesdays. His show is coming up next with Raven Wolf, so please be sure to stay tuned, tune in, or miss out. And I will see you guys next week on the Paranormal Unveiled, where plan is to have paranormal investigator Kyle Palmer on the show. I know there was some other logistics that we were trying to work out, so that might change too. Who knows? But as of right now, I was supposed to have Kyle Palmer on next week, but I will see you all next week. Same spooky time, same spooky network.
Good night.